ridiculous. I gotta do something with all this stuff. Hi Ray, Gerdzep here. So what's up? Am I gonna sell everything? And the answer is no. I am gonna sell a couple of things, but let me get into why and what precipitated this. Like most of you guys over the years, I've been doing astrophotography for almost 10 years now. It's approaching 10 years, and I've acquired a lot of stuff, as you saw. And some stuff I don't even use. I'm going to be retiring within 5 years. Probably more like 3 or 4, if I can swing it. But my wife and I have talked about what we're going to do after retirement, and we're probably not going to be in this house. So my shed out there, I'm not going to have that anymore. Aww. And what we're talking about doing is something different. Personally, I'd love to move to north of Cabo San Lucas in some deserty thing off on that peninsula out there, or maybe buy a vineyard somewhere out west, wine by day, astrophotography by night. But there's probably less than a 1% chance on either one of those things happening. So what really is going to happen, we're talking about going out west, which is good for skies and stuff like that, but getting more like a condo or something like that. And possibly having another condo back east or somewhere near our son, wherever he winds up. But at any rate, it looks like something more portable is in store for me. So I eventually will get rid of a lot of this stuff. And I anticipate doing like a portable, wider field thing, something like Queeve has out in Japan. Queeve the Lazy Geek. He actually sold all his stuff, and then he went to some semi-portable type thing. But I don't know. I'm not there yet. At any rate, I am going to get rid of some of this stuff right now that I really don't use. And I've got this Astrotech coma corrector that I purchased a long time ago. I've used it once. That worked pretty well. And this is for a Newtonian scope. And also for a Newtonian scope, I've got this Orion Newtonian centering device for when you want to image a planet or something, I guess the moon or something like that. What you can do is you can hook this up, put a camera on the back end, and you can visually center it. So it's a visual centering device, and you can stick a camera on it. So it seems pretty useful, but I had never used that. Now you notice both of these are for a Newtonian setup. And Kurt, you don't use the Newtonian. Well, when I first got into astrophotography, I bought a package deal from Orion. I purchased the 8-inch Newtonian reflector, and it came with the Orion Cirrus mount. And I was all set, gung-ho to dig right into astrophotography, but that setup is not good for astrophotography. It's good if you want to image the moon or perhaps a planet, but that's it. If you wanted to do deep field stuff, that's not a good setup. So no matter what the paperwork said, and so I didn't know any better at that point. So what I did is I took that the reflector off, and I said, I'll get a refractor, a smaller refractor. So I got the 80 millimeter refractor, which is a better fit for that mount. So anyways, consequently, this stuff, I never used it at all. So this is for sale. And I've also, I do have, and I don't know how much I'm going to get for any of these things. These are, Aperture makes one of these things, and so does GSO, and it's like $120 for this coma corrector. And Astrotech does still sell this thing, I think, for like $159. I'm probably going to sell this for like $80. I'm not really trying to make a big profit off this at all. I just want, hopefully somebody else can get some use out of it because it's still good. And this visual centering device, I forgot what I paid for this. It was over 100, maybe 150. I think I saw somewhere online for 200 for this thing, but I don't even think they make it anymore. So at any rate, I'm going to sell this for like $85 on Astromart or Cloudy Nights or something like that. But I am going to sell something that's more useful to a lot of people right now, and you guys might be surprised when I'm going to sell this. This is the Hyperstar version 4 for my Celestron Edge 8, and it comes with the a filter slide with it, which is a $129 option for 2-inch filters. So why am I selling that? And I have used this a few times, and it did a really good job. You can see some of my images that I use this on. But ultimately, I don't really use it that much as I thought I would. And let me explain. I originally purchased my telescope 2 years ago when that COVID was going on, and it took me it was backlogged. And I had no idea when I was going to get it. They kept saying, oh, I was going to get it then, and they kept pushing it off. And so in the meantime, I thought, well, gee, maybe I'll get this Hyperstar thing. So when I can get it, because I get it right away. And then when the telescope comes, I can just snap that on. And because I was hemming and hawing on whether to get one of that. Anyways, so I said, all right, I'll purchase it. And I purchased it. And then about 4 months later, I got the telescope. But as I said, I don't use it that much. And the reason is I bought the telescope originally. I wanted that telescope because I wanted to do more galaxy work for galaxy season. And that was the whole point of it in the first place, and take smaller deep sky objects like planetary nebula. So that Hyperstar was an afterthought, and I'm not really using that much anyways. And I don't like breaking stuff down. So if I have the Hyperstar on there, I'd like to leave the Hyperstar, because once I get everything else set up, I don't want to mess with it. If I'm going to do that, I might as well get a Rasa or something like that. So that's why I'm not really using the Hyperstar as much as I would. And maybe somebody else will get some use out of it. I know there's a lot of people that do take things apart every night and do this. And so they would be better fit for that Hyperstar. So I'm going to sell that. And that I paid with the filter slider attached to it. I think it was $1,200 or $1,150. I'm going to sell that for about $850. I think would be a really good price for it. So, okay, so that's where I'm at right now. And you may have noticed I haven't been putting out too many videos lately. That's because I've been incredibly busy, and it takes me a long time to make a video, quite honestly. I'm not like a lot of other people can put videos together quite rapidly. I can't. It's just, it ain't in the works. Oh, by the way, if you've been following me lately, you've noticed I had that camera issue, and I got my camera back, or I got a new camera back from ZWO and Agena. They sent me one, and so I was down for about 2 weeks without it, and now I got a new one. I have the new one, so kudos to everybody for making that happen. Yeah, I'm probably not going to put it to use anytime soon, though, because I've got my telescope set up for galaxy season now. But I may activate it soon if I get another Pegasus power box to run my Ioptron SkyGuider Pro and camera through that. But I'd have to get that power box, as I said. And lastly, what am I talking about for a new portable telescope that I would get once I do retire? I'm looking at a Red Cat, one of those, something like that, maybe a Sharp Star refractor astrograph, or maybe a TPO. I think Jeffrey Horn uses a small TPO astrograph lens, something like that. Askar makes some good astrographs as well, so that's what I'm looking at in the future. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.